Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and we are going through Traverse Town, or rather a memory version of Traverse Town. Yeah. Now, here's how this game works in general. We are in a action field, I believe, adventure field, some kind of field, and they're basically based on rooms of worlds of a certain game, you know. Sorry about that, folks, if you heard that in the background, but yeah. Anyway, we go out through these rooms right here, and enemies will pop up, heartless will pop up here, there, and anywhere, and, well, when we attack them, we are sent into the battle room, or battlefield, you know. Kind of like a regular RPG, don't you think?
Yeah.
Now, well, actually, I'm about to demonstrate right now. Also, you can use certain objects to, well, first strike an enemy. And you can also first strike an enemy using your Keyblade. And when you enter the fight, you can essentially, well, get the upper hand until the Heartless recover and they attack you.
Gotta love first strikes.
Yep. See, look at that. They're all dazed and injured, so yeah. Now, these rooms that I'm going to be traveling throughout the adventure, depending on... In fact, let me get to that right quick, actually. You're given cards that allow you to create rooms in a floor. Now, these rooms will have different attributes depending on which card you use. Like, there's one card in which you can use to create a room where many Heartless appear, a room where strong Heartless appear, strong-carded Heartless appear, and there's a room like I'm going to use right here, which will allow me to create a save point, really. Now, there's also, as you can see here, requirements to create a room. Like, for example, I have to have a card that has a 1 or above on it. So, look at the card, make sure you have a certain denomination on it, and if it matches, well, you can use it. In fact, the only one I have right here on hand is this one, Moment's Reprieve. Moment's Reprieve. And the Moment's Reprieve essentially creates a room that has no Heartless and has a save point. Very valuable if you're about to approach a boss area. I mean, technically you can leave a room and you can create a save point, reach the save point at the beginning of a floor, but that's a lot of backtracking, don't you think?
Yeah.
And though I admit I am going to do this a lot, because, well, some of the requirements to create a room can get ridiculously high, and sometimes I don't have the cards for it. See, here it is, the save point, and blah blah blah, save, blah blah blah. If you watch Kingdom Hearts, you know that all I have to do is just go to the save point, press triangle, and save my file. Yeah, it's a shame you didn't join me on the first Kingdom Hearts go-around. I mean, I know you're busy with your things, and I'm busy with my things, but at least we worked out our schedule so that we can come here today.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're going to try and do this in a number of sessions, folks, so that we can utilize our time, because we got things we got to do. I mean, in fact, I think what we can do next time, in addition to recording Kingdom Hearts RE Chain of Memories, is that we should record Smash Brothers, because, you know, the 3DS game is coming out, and we want to celebrate it somehow, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, take that, lamppost.
Yeah, lamppost. Yes, as you can see, we can hit things, and things come out. Okay, folks, I should explain. You really should hit as many objects as you can that are hittable. And if you see a reticle right there, it means you can hit things. And, well, what comes out of said things sometimes include these green balls, which are essentially your health, which you can use to heal yourself while in the adventure field. The red balls that also come out at times are known as the Moogle balls. Now, the Moogle Balls, well, they're going to act as our currency in this game because, well, Moogles do show up here, but, well, we're going to have to create them, as it were, you know. I'll explain more about that later on. But the fact of the matter is, hit everything. Hit everything that you can hit, and, well, get the stuff as quickly as you can.
Pretty much in any RPG, just check everything.
Uh-huh. Now I have to have a thing that has a 2 on it, and thankfully I have one card that has a 2 on it, so... Yeah, this pretty much serves as our tutorial, stage, just to get us the basic understanding of what the heck's going on here. So I've initiated Tranquil Darkness. Now the thing I should also point out about the card room thing is that underneath the card there are two rankings, as it were. Star rankings, as it were. Heartless rank and the room size rank. Now, depending on which card you use, it will alter the room's appearance. And the stars indicate how many Heartless and the room size the room will be. So, for example, if the Heartless level is 1, it'll have 1 star. And if the room size has 1, it'll be small, you know? And, yeah, if there are a lot of Heartless, it'll be 3 stars. And if the room's very big, it'll be 3 stars. So, yeah. Anyway, folks, I've just leveled up. Now, here's how the leveling system works. You defeat enemies, and you collect these blue and later red, and I think they're silver ball collectible things. And those are the XP of the game. And like in typical RPG fashion, you collect enough, you reach a milestone, and you level up. And when you level up, in this game at least, you're given a choice. Now, it's a 3-way choice sometimes, but it's mainly a 2-way choice. It's a 3-way choice between health, card points, and slides. Now, I should explain what each one is. Of course, when you select the HP bonus, you get increased health, which is always good every now and then. If you choose the CP bonus, you increase card points. And I'll explain more about card points in a minute. And if you choose the slide moments, when they're highlighted, you learn new techniques, as it were, in order to, well, further advance in the plot. Like, what are... Let's see. A lot to talk about how to properly explain. I should start with card points. You can also get cards as you hit things in the adventure field, and you can also you can press the pause button and essentially alter your deck to your liking. Now, unfortunately, there's a limit to how many cards you can hold at a certain time, because when you alter your deck, the card you put in has a certain numerical value, well, different from that of the number that's obviously on the card. Those are the card points. The card points allow you to hold, well, you start out with a certain amount of card points. And if you have too many cards in a deck that exceed the limit of your card points, you cannot use that deck. You have to get rid of some of the cards in order to meet the required card points. So as you level up, you can increase your card point amount, and you can, well, essentially build more decks. You can add more cards, create more opportunities to use slides, and use more powerful cards as you continue onward through your adventure. And I should probably go ahead and explain these slide things. You just notice that one of my things that, like, when I essentially leveled up and chose the slide upgrade, the game gave me instructions on how to essentially use 3 cards in a certain manner that I would use more powerful attacks.
So basically a combo?
Yeah, they're essentially a combo, yeah. But a combo if you fulfill certain requirements, that is. I mean, technically you can make a combo at any point by pressing the triangle button until you reach a 3-card limit, which will actually get explained in this part, by the way. If you fulfill certain requirements, when it's you just have to it's a little complicated to explain, but I'm going to try the best I can, you know? Okay, you get a slide. Now, the game, you have to get it through either, well, leveling up or treasure chests, and you have to make sure to actually get the slide requirement before you actually use the slide. Now, the slides will... I mean, it's hard to explain, don't you think?
It's hard enough to understand as well.
See, this is why I don't go back to this game as often, folks. It's because to explain this sort of thing is kind of difficult, and to be honest, I'm not a fan of this whole card system, really. It's just that, I prefer the simple button mashing every now and then. I mean, Kingdom Hearts 1 has it to an extent. I mean, granted, I don't go overboard at times. I just use strategy every now and then. And Kingdom Hearts 2, I just can't wait to play that game. That's kind of the reason I'm starting this commentary right now. Anyway, here's me altering a deck, and as you can see here on you can have up to 3 decks, and each deck has a certain amount of CP card points, and here's me putting a new card into the deck, a Blizzard card, which will actually prove useful later on, really. And you can see there's also a green card right here. That green card right there that was next to the Blizzard, that's the potion card. And it will allow you to refill your deck without using the reload card itself, up to 1 time. Then that card will disappear for the rest of the battle, and, well, that's it, really. But don't worry, you don't lose the card, really. It's just, yeah. Anyway, folks, technically I'm doing this wrong. I should be going into the plot door, but, well...
Grinding,
getting things moving along quickly, yeah. Yeah, folks, I'm also going to be honest, it's been a long time since I've played this game, which I repeat, I don't go back to this game often, so I don't really know what I'm doing here. And I'm going to be leveling up a lot, really, folks. It's just that, and I don't show this off. I don't show the leveling up often as I should be because I'm going to be doing some off-screen grinding. And in case you haven't noticed by now, I pre-recorded this footage some time ago. That way you don't. That way I'm sparing you guys the pain of me grinding and me screwing up a lot, so that we can get this game out of the way. I mean, it's not a bad game. I mean, it has some good things about it, but it's a game that I don't want to go back to as often for some reason.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
I mean, since I am kind of doing a marathon of Kingdom Hearts games in preparation for, well, the upcoming 2.5 that's coming soon this winter, but also for Kingdom Hearts 3, which is finally in development, and well, this is unfortunately the next game on the list. I mean, I could have done the original version of this game, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, for the Game Boy. I mean, it's possible, but I'd rather be doing this one, the one that's an upgraded. I think this one is a better experience because when you battle in Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, you're pretty much stuck right there. It's your typical RPG battle in action. You just stand there, have to press the cards to attack and defend and that sort of thing, and yeah. Here, while you're still placed in some sort of battle arena, you can move around, you can dodge, and pretty much a bunch of familiar aspects from the 3D game and all that sort of thing. So yeah. And yes, folks, I'm skipping. I am skipping a whole bunch of battles because, well,
it's stuff we've already seen.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing throughout this game, folks. I'll show you a few battles to demonstrate some of the enemies in this, well, in a certain floor or world or whatever the heck it's called, and then I'll be skipping. You know, it's both a time-saving measure and, well, there's no both. What am I saying? It is a time-saving measure because, well, my goal is to actually condense these parts into at least 2 videos per world, you know? So next time, well, the next video, I'll be handling Traverse Town's boss, and I'll be on my way, so, yeah. Alright, so here I am. Oh boy. As you can see, all the enemies are enemies that, well, we're familiar with, you know. And if you ever played Kingdom Hearts 1, you'd recognize them as well. Now, at this point, I just realized that I should probably head for that plot-convenient door. Now, when you enter certain worlds and trigger certain plot events, you're given special keys. Now, take for example the key that looks like a key card that looks like a key. That's the key of beginnings. And that leads you into the first plot-convenient door, which explains what the heck's going on. And once you complete that door, you'll be given another key. Now, this plot-convenient door right here will actually lead us to more tutorial. More about the stuff that I tried to explain about slides and all that sort of thing. So, yeah. I think it's best to explain when you see it in action, folks. I mean, it's kind of hard to explain without me blabbling like an idiot and what the heck? Yeah, for some reason, folks, them appearing in a ball of light, it doesn't happen again, really. I mean, they're usually with Sora during the plot-convenient parts, and then afterwards they're just gone. Well, I mean, it's RPG fashion.
Yeah, they go into Sora's pocket, basically.
Yes, I mean, when Tidus runs around, you don't see like Aura next to him or anything,
no.
Or you don't see Aerith with Cloud in the adventure field. No.
No.
So, hi Pluto, how's it going? So is this Memory Pluto? Because technically we did see him sometime before we encountered Castle Oblivion.
Yeah.
I'm going to think he's Memory Pluto because...
Yeah.
Memory.
Yeah, and him being here makes sense. He was the first thing Sora saw when he woke up.
In fact, he was the reason Sora woke up in the first place. But as you can see right here, the memories are more or less intact right now. I mean, except for the whole... them losing all their skills and knowledge of their weapons and stuff. But apparently they all have to relearn via the cards. And, which reminds me, last time, didn't they have different staves and equipment with them at the end of the game?
Yeah.
So, does Castle Oblivion make them lose their equipment as well? I mean, Sora's Keyblade and Donald's staff and Goofy shields back to their default forms. So, Castle Oblivion? Well, it is Castle Oblivion for a reason. And, you know, Oblivion means, well, usually means nothing, or doom, or death, or something, or disappearance, or...
Yeah.
Anyway, here we are. We have Leon here, or Memory Leon, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, all these characters that we're going to meet, they're going to be memory versions of characters Sora met throughout his travels. And... well, Sora, as you can see right here, he's perplexed, but again, it's Oblivion working its magic, trying to twist Sora's memories around. I mean, he does remember the events of the game, well, the first game, now, but it's going to get worse, folks. It will get worse.
Yeah.
Alright, blah, 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 blah. You know, should I have just sped up the text a bit, or not, or...
Well, I think some people would like to see it.
Well, true, but... yeah. I mean, it's a difference between us just sitting here and talking about it and someone watching this on line and seeing, oh, this happens. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, one of the things about Kingdom Hearts RE Chain of Memories that's kind of annoying is that you have voiced cutscenes in the Castle Oblivion sections of the game, and when you enter worlds, well, it's all text. And you have to read it, and read it, and read it, and read it, and it's going to be tedious.
Of course, I doubt that they'd be able to get all the voice actors just for the side thing.
Yeah, it is, for all intents and purposes, a side project. I mean... later on, you get to hear sound clips, and I'm guessing they were they were lifted from previous Kingdom Hearts games. So it's not like that they're voiced during battles. It's just during cutscenes like these. It's just annoying, very annoying. So annoying that I just want to. Oh, hum. Anyway. Yeah, about the voices. I mean, I was amazed that they were managed to, well, in the original game, that they were able to get as many of the original voice actors back for the original game.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, they couldn't get all of them back. Some of them were unavailable. Some of them were probably died and had to get replacements, but they were good replacements nonetheless.
Yeah. And they were able to get one of Genie's voice actors back.
Yeah, the Dan Castellaneta, a.k.a. Homer Simpson, who voiced Genie during the Aladdin TV series, so that's something.
And the movie was voiced by Robin Williams. Rest in peace.
Alright, so anyway, here we are. We're going to get into some more tutorial about stuff that I tried to explain but kind of failed, but hopefully the game will do a better job because, well, that's what the purpose of the game tutorial is, to explain battle mechanics and stuff. Alright, so anytime now, game. There we go. Okay, numbers printed on the cards. Yes, I've talked about this briefly, but the game will explain that cards have a numerical value printed on them. And the goal is to essentially outclass your enemy card right here. So if I have like a 4 on my card and the enemy has 2, you can break the enemy card. It will stun them for a bit, allowing you to attack them.
Basically like regular card game rules. The highest number wins.
Essentially, that it is. And yes, even you can fall victim to the lower card syndrome if the enemy has a higher card than you. And here, he's explaining the 0 card, which is essentially the wild card of the thing. Now, if enemies use a high number that you cannot match, but if you have the 0 card, you can play that to cancel out their attack. But the bad news is, if you play the 0 card too soon, so the enemy card will cancel out the 0 card, and that can be bad for you.
So basically a risk versus reward.
Essentially, that's what it is. The stocking cards. Essentially what it is what you have to do is press the triangle button to stock cards, and if you press triangle again after you essentially stocked 3 cards, you can attack someone. Now, this is one of the slides I was talking about earlier, and since my cards meet a certain requirement, numerical requirement that is, and card value and all that sort of thing, and card description at least, I can use one of my slides, just like that. Now, as I learn more about slides and stuff, it'll be based on different card types, different Keyblade card descriptions and all that sort of thing. I mean, it's kind of hard to really grasp at it unless you actually play it. I mean, action is better than words, as I'm trying to say right here. Now here's Leon trying to explain the downside of stocking cards. When you use stocked cards or slides, the first card of the group will disappear from battle from good. So, use it at your own risk, ladies and gentlemen. Well, actually, to be fair, at this point, the first card will be gone for good. Later, you can get cards that will restore all your cards back in the deck, and everything will be fine. But at this point, it's going to be risky trying to, stock cards at the moment or use slides, because I don't have that much in deck yet, and I need more cards. I'll get more cards, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me, I will get more cards. And with that, folks, we'll see you in part 3, okay?